Plaintiff Sean Lynch says while living with the defendant, one of the defendant's friends stole 40 of his pain pills. Sean claims the defendant also called the police on him and made false accusations, and he's suing him today for stolen property. Defendant Baron Horst says Sean is a meth and heroin user, and Baron called the police on him because Sean tried to attack him while high on pills. Baron's countersuing for damaged and stolen property.
Start with you.
All right, well, I'd gotten out of prison and just had 2 surgeries and was living in a little pop-up camper on my uncle's land. He had a brand new refurnished farmhouse, and there was supposed to be 3 people moving into there. The defendant is one of them. 2 other people had backed out. So my uncle, who I've done work for years and was gonna do more, he said I could stay in there to recover from my surgeries. When I moved in there...
False. That's not true.
Why did his uncle tell him he could move there then?
Well, what happened was his uncle asked me if it was okay, and I told him I don't know him that well, and I don't trust many people.
And what happened?
And I agreed to allow him to move in.
Okay. He says your uncle had to go through him. However it happened, you and your uncle agreed that you could stay.
That's not quite how it happened, but I moved into the house. Only time I met him before that was he'd come to the camper intoxicated every once in a while. We move into the house. Things are okay at first, but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Who, me?
Possibly. I don't know.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
you. No,
Go ahead.
The defendant. But anyways,
Some
the
folks
first
said
thing
about me.
The first thing that was going on was he was trying to get one of his friends to move in there to help cover the rent. Another way they were going to pay for rent was he was going to sell marijuana in the house.
False.
He was going to sell marijuana to help pay for the rent.
Who told you that?
He did.
Okay.
Did
he?
They didn't get enough time to do that,
Okay.
so that did not happen. Also, you know, it leaked out to my uncle, but there were other things. His friend who he brought in there was bringing in Molly and steroids.
That's false.
It's true.
Selling or just to use?
They were
for
going to
your
sell.
knowledge?
Yes, he was going to sell them. Plenty of stuff. I don't even know why it was brought up to me. Probably because I just got out of the can. Anyways, also his friend stole 40. The first day he was there, stole 40 of my pain medication.
That's a lie.
When I was sleeping on the chair, his friend stole 40 of the pain medication. We found out from his other friend, and you told me the buddy you were moving in used to be a junkie, and we also caught him stealing a couple of times.
That's a lie.
Came from your mouth. Anyways, there was an argument about the stolen medication. Baron had disappeared for a couple days. When he got back, there was about half of a 30-pack missing. I confronted him and told him his buddy had stolen from me again. At this point, I was already sleeping upstairs. When he came home, I came downstairs to go to the bathroom. He's like, he started swearing.
About what?
This
About what?
Oh, about his friend stealing again.
About his friend
About his
stealing.
friend stealing again. He goes, I'm not gonna, he goes, watch this. Anyways, he took a plate of ramen noodles that he was eating, which was my food, threw it against the wall.
That's a lie. Completely reversed.
Well, let him
Grabbed
finish.
his phone and went out and called the police. Now, he had called the police and told them that I was threatening him and he was worried for his life because there were weapons, it's in the police report, in the house, which were not my
How
weapons.
did that end?
They came there in full SWAT gear. They came there with shields up, M16s, helmets. Every one of them officers, I grew up in this county, knows me by name, first name.
They knew you by first name because you're a crook. Why? They saw what?
I wouldn't call myself a crook, but I've been in the system, yes, sir.
They saw what?
They saw that I was not, they saw that something wasn't adding up because he's got more paper than I do. So anyways, they suggested that I stay at my aunt and uncle's that night and treated it like a domestic. They said, Sean, if you stay here, I was upset. I'm like, I didn't do it. Anyways, they said, if you stay there, you're gonna end up in jail because he'll call the cops again. So the next day, come back with the police, my uncle and my mom and dad, this is my mother, and he shows up at the same time, furious that I wasn't locked up, all right? Immediately, he calls probation and parole and says that I'm using drugs so that there's a warrant being put on me. Now, he's telling the officers that were there, he's got a warrant on him, he's got a warrant on him. They said there's no warrant on him. It must take like 6 hours to get on there. But saying that I was using drugs is enough to put a PO hold on me. So this being done, we went to the store, police are at my house, I got pictures of it, got a brand new lock, put it on my room, moved all my stuff into my room, doing everything I can to keep what I have as safe.
Sir, you give me some background, and then I'll let you give me the specifics
sir.
of the property that you allege he stole. Yes, sir.
Well, Your Honor, I regret living with him. He's a meth user. He's a heroin user. I have pictures right here of needles that he was using.
You see it?
Sir,
This is during the time you all were living together?
that's an
Yes.
absolute lie. That's impossible.
I come home from work. He had a table, the living room table, full of empty pill capsules that he was snorting his pills. I couldn't understand a word that he was saying because his speech was like slurred. I didn't understand a word he said. And that was the night that he's saying the soup. Came home from work. I was working 2 jobs to help pay so I could pay rent there. He wasn't paying a dime. I came home, he came downstairs, he got mad about the argument with him and my friend. And I'm like, it's not my problem, I don't care. So I told him that. He got so mad, he was so high off his pills, had a hot boiling soup I just made, sat down to watch TV. He took that and threw it at me. And he tried lunging to attack me. I ran out the house, grabbed my phone, I'm in just a sweater. And I'm outside 20 minutes waiting for the sheriff's deputy to show up. They come in, remove him from the house, goes up, they tell him not to come back. I come back the next day. The reason why I was gone when they were there, I was talking with his PO and the supervisor, and they told me that if I show up there and he's there, to call the police department because he should not be allowed in the house
Sir, everybody,
around
this
you.
is a lie.
Okay.
So he got arrested. His PO called me, told me what happened.
Okay, let me hear from you then on when you came out of jail, what was the circumstance?
While I was in jail, he called my PO and said he had to go in my room to get a cable box. Now, he could have got my key from my PO, but he broke into the room.
He called the PO first,
He
however?
called the PO. And my PO was going on vacation. He goes, Sean, I'm sorry. He goes, I recommend when you go to the house, you call the police to go there. So he says, I'm going to release you on Monday morning. Hopefully things calm down by then. When I get released, I go to the house. Every lock on the house is changed, and blankets are over every window. My mother
What do you
was there.
think that was about, the blankets?
They were destroying my uncle's house.
What did you discover about your property?
Oh, I had to break into the house with my uncle there and the police department there. When I went inside, my room was kicked in, and everything
That's
was
false.
destroyed.
It was not kicked in, Your Honor.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Everything was
was
destroyed. The food that I was in there was eaten and thrown everywhere. There was urine all over my
false.
bed. There was urine on the chair downstairs that was mine that I was sleeping on. My uncle gave me. All my tools, anything that was valuable to me.
Why do you think they did that?
Because they knew, well, first of all, I ruined their plan.
What plan?
They wanted to live at that farmhouse, and they wanted to sell drugs out of there.
That
So
is
because
false.
you ruined their drug selling plan, you think this is why they did all that?
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
And give me the list of items that they either stole or damaged.
Let's see here. Here's right here.
That
here
motive
are,
sounds shaky, but
And then
we'll see.
here's pictures of that's before the incident.
Oh, before?
That's just some of the, like, I had jewelry and stuff in there. That's all the food that was in there. In the corner is some of my tools. You'll see a better picture coming up. All that food was open and destroyed and put everywhere. Right there, some of the tools. You can see the cordless tools.
Sir, what do you say to this?
Your Honor, the tools that he has on that list, never had. He's a con artist.
Tell me what happened in terms of you going into the room.
I went in the room and grabbed my DirecTV boxes I had. He took all of my DirecTV boxes and stashed them in his room. That's the only thing I took. I took those boxes, I locked the door, and I went back in there. I have pictures of him, of my stuff damaged when I left.
Sir,
That's a washer and dryer. That's a washer that they dumped.
My
He
uncle
dumped some cough syrup in my dryer.
My
There's a
uncle-
brand new dryer.
it's not even his, sir.
Okay, not his. Did you do it?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I was never left in that house without the police department or my uncle.
And this is to show what again?
That's the cough syrup that they dumped. And I have
wanna see
another.
your damaged property.
I have a TV that they damaged,
That's
my
what I
rug
need
that
to
they
see.
peed on.
Let me see your
That's the
list.
TV, and here's
Sir,
the
you can
dryer
call-
of cough syrup as
Let
well.
me see your
You
list.
call my PO and
Yes.
ask him about the urine analysis or anything you want. It proves he's a liar.
I'm just going with the evidence regarding the property now. Okay, this is your video of the damaged property.
Yes, yes, sir. They broke my TV. Someone took cough syrup, dumped it all on my washer, all inside my washer.
Those aren't even his.
Why would I destroy my own property? Destroyed my radio for the kitchen. Destroyed that.
Okay, so what evidence you wanted to show me?
Well, I also
A
have
police report.
The police
say?
reports are, where he also told my PO that I'm sorry, I'm in shock. Well, this
You're
is
shocked.
his. I'm in absolute shock.
Okay, what you in shock about?
Well, about the needles and the using, none of that is true. Absolutely not. That washer and dryer
You've
is my
been way
ankles.
too disrespectful to me, and you've been before judges many times. So I don't know why you get in front of me and think you can curse in my courtroom. So I'm going to dismiss your case for contempt. Don't curse in front of a judge. You know that. I don't know why you chose me,
Sir.
but you made the wrong choice. Have a good day. Claim dismissed. Yours is granted. You win.
Thank you.
I was outraged by the lies. I still can't believe this. I just thought,
Lies?
Baron, you are horrible. Go to hell.